If you are new to starting off as online bookkeeper, there is one big tip which I highly recommend you to look into in the beginning. First of all, make sure you get yourself a business insurance. Business insurance for bookkeepers, or if you're working as an accountant for accountant, will protect you on long term for any risks that you may have taken without recognizing it or realizing it. First of all, in my previous videos, I've talked about toxic clients, and I know how tempting it could be. But if so that someone was so convincing and you took that client in your portfolio, first thing you need to do is to think about your protection. Whatever your limited company or is a sole trader, especially sole trader, because you don't have that kind of protection between the limited company and self-employed. So I highly recommend you to look into the business insurance. I will now look into different options, and you can choose any options that you think are best for you. I'm not affiliated with any options of this insurance whatsoever. It's my personal advice, but I highly recommend you. And if you finish working with the clients, or if you stop being online bookkeeper, please make sure that you continue running this insurance for some time. That's because clients can still raise a court case against you for negligence or errors or anything sort of like this. So make sure that you will be protected at all times. Let's now have a look at the options for insurance for bookkeepers. Now let's have a look at the few business insurance companies that are offering insurance exactly for bookkeeping and accounting. And I will be looking at AXA, Hiscox, and Simply Business Insurance. I've used this in the past, and now I'm with a Simply Business Insurance. So where to find the business insurance? On the website, click on the Business tab for AXA and Professional Indemnity Insurance. The Professional Indemnity Insurance is what will secure your work from any client's claims towards negligence or incorrect information, or any future claims towards your business as a sole trader or small company. So I will normally scroll down to the occupation, and when you click on occupation or professional services, you will be able to see bookkeeping insurance, and that's what you need to select. I would go ahead and click on the business insurance quote, and there you will also be able to select additional insurance packages, for example, public liability if you deal with customers in person, or if you're hiring people in your company, also employers liability, contents liability for your business as well. So you'll be able to add more insurances required for your business. Now let's have a look at another business insurance, and on the main website, click Professional Indemnity Insurance, and it's really easy. In 5 minutes you can get the quote. Again, you'll be able to add additional information for public insurance or content and so forth. And Hiscox is very good in terms of covering all sorts of companies, including sole traders, consultants, contractors, so freelance insurance. I highly recommend you to look at it if you are a sole trader or freelance, but essentially it's the same in terms of quoting insurance or going into more into the specialty, booking and payroll. And from there you can get a business insurance directly for accountants, and choose the limit that is applicable to, again, in terms of how much you would be reclaimed for should the claims be made against you. And last but not least, this is the third option that I would recommend you to look at, Simply Business Insurance. Again, clicking on Business Insurance. And then you can also choose here whatever you're self-employed, a contractor, you're running limited company, sole trader, any tradesman, for any other insurance that you require additionally, a public insurance, employer's liability. So of course, for professional liability, we'll be looking into this professional indemnity insurance. And again, we just enter bookkeeper as our profession. and immediately it covers you on all the options that you may need. For example, if a second trade profession, and the business type, partnership, limited, sole trader. So I highly recommend you to have a look at it, get a few quotes, see how they differ, what exactly do they cover, and with Simple Business Insurance, it actually quotes from different brands. So, highly recommended to also look directly on the website. Sometimes you get a good deal, sometimes you get first customer discount as well if you go directly with the HISHOX, for example, AXA. So still do not only Simple Business, but I also look directly. So, but highly recommend for you to get insurance. This is the first recommendation. Second recommendation, never leave a gap between insurances if you're changing. So always make sure you are extending insurance straight away as it finishes. So there's no 2 months gap, 3 months gap. If you have any claims before, be honest. Make sure that you put it on the quote that you had claims before in the last 3 years, for example. Another recommendation is to pay upfront. So I would pay the whole year, then you get additional discount for about 5 to 10 to 3%, depends on the company. So I highly recommend again to pay all in advance. Please watch my other video about how long to keep the documents for and how long to be insured for. So a rule of thumb is to, even if you don't work anymore as bookkeeper or accountant, you need to still have a running business insurance, because the clients may still come back to you and raise the claims. But watch my other videos, we'll talk about this topic later. Thank you for watching, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope this video was useful.